Alright, in this video we're going to go over how to design a product in Gravit Designer specifically for production using the CNC Laser cutter and engraver. Now I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, so if you want more details about how to use the powerful Gravit Designer application, check out my Gravit Designer tutorial videos on my digital classroom page. Now when you get to this page, you could open up a template or open up a previously saved design. Gravit does not automatically save, so you have to make sure that you save on a regular basis. And the first thing you want to do is you want to set your units and your page size. So I'm going to set my units to inches. You can set this to be any size you want, but the maximum should be 24 by 12, as that is the size of our laser. Now with the laser you have 3 color options and only 3 color options. So if I grab my text tool and just write my name here, and if I say I can change and pick whatever font I want, I can set it to be one of 3 different colors depending on what I want the laser to do. So if I just make this guy a little bit bigger, if it's a black fill like this, it will be burnt into my material. So black fills burn. If I were to set and get rid of the fill, which I can do by clicking on my fill and hitting the trash can, then changing to a border, a blue border would actually be a vector engrave or a light etching. And lastly, a red border would cut all the way through. So this black fill would engrave, this blue border would do a light engraving on the surface, a vector engraving, and the red border would do a vector cut all the way through. Now really what you should be doing is you should be combining different colors and different shapes. So for example, if I grab a rectangle, I could go ahead and get rid of the fill, which is by default gray, and add a red border. So my name would be engraved and the rectangle and this little ellipse would actually be cut. So it would cut this tag, cut the hole, and engrave my name. Now one final thing you have to do before you send your design over is you actually have to convert your text to a path. So right here you can see I have a text box. I need to hit this little S looking icon, this convert to path icon. That changes my text to a compound path or an image file, a vector image file. So the downside is now I can't edit my text. So make sure that your text is exactly like you want it before you do that. You can still change the size and you can still change the color of it, but now this font will be preserved. So regardless of what font you chose, the laser is going to go ahead and be able to engrave that. Now in the libraries there are a lot of different images and things you can pull from, which are kind of fun to play with. But as I mentioned, you can only pick one of the 3 colors: black fills, red borders, or blue borders. So something like this would not be readable by the laser. You could click on this and you could edit this image so it only had the features that you want. So for example, I could get rid of the initial designs and I could change all of this just so that way it's black, which of course changes the image, but actually would allow this design to be interpreted by the laser. Once you have your design and everything set, what you want to do is you want to hit File, Export, Scalable Vector Graphic, and SVG file. And you want to name your file, so it's your name, so I'm going to call this Jason's tag, and the material you want to cut this out of. So I want to cut this out of wood. That should be a .svg file. Do not accidentally delete the .svg. Make sure it's your file name, the material you want, .svg. This entire thing has to be saved to your computer and uploaded to our submission form on the print shop. If you want more details about how to work with Gravit Designer, as it's a powerful application that can do lots of different graphic design features, check out my Gravit Designer tutorial videos on my digital classroom page.